In today's news, 65-year-old Daniel WEIGEL identified as tourist who drowned. VIDIC and FSC wind down Bank of Asia under legal and regulatory protocols. AURI-ANA SLANG wins Junior Tourism Ambassador competition. Mr. and Miss HLSCC contestants propose innovative campus clubs to empower students. We have this and much more when 284 News returns.
At Higher BVI, we're not just about business. We're about empowering lives, and that is because we aspire to inspire. By choosing us, you're supporting a company that believes in equal opportunities, diversity, and community growth. Our mission goes beyond profit. It's about providing HR solutions, fostering talent, and leaving a positive impact. Join us in building a better future, a better BVI. Choose Higher BVI, where your support isn't just a transaction, it's a transformation. Together, we're changing lives in these beautiful Virgin Islands.
Yo, everything good there?
Aye. This thing got me one way that day.
What you mean?
Ever since I hook up with this thing, can't eat, I can't sleep. This is the first thing I touch it when I reach home.
What you really? Hey, this ain't like you,
Dad, this thing got me staying home, keeping out that trouble me.
Wow. What your name is?
Shit. I talking about my CCT life.
Don't worry about missing your favorite series, sports, news, and local programming. Come to CCT today and sign up for CCT Live to access over 80 channels. CCT Live. Bring it home.
1 month free trial turn into 5. 5 months turn into, well, you know I hop. I watching ball. I been watching football. Dad, Nickelodeon, Paw Patrol. I am hooked. Hook, I tell you.
Hello everyone and welcome to this edition of 284 News. It is Friday, May 30th, 2025. I'm Ron Grant, bringing you the very latest out of Tortola in the Virgin Islands. Thank you so much for joining us. Happy Friday. Officials have identified a recent drowning victim who died on May 19th, 2025 at the Bats on Virgin Gorda while vacationing in the Virgin Islands. The American tourist has been identified as 65-year-old Daniel WEIGEL. Reports received are that after being pulled from the water, WEIGEL was transported to the Nurse Iris O'Neill Medical Center where he was pronounced dead. An investigation has been launched into the circumstances surrounding the incident by the Royal Virgin Islands Police Force. On Thursday, May 29, the Virgin Islands Deposit Insurance Corporation, in cooperation with the British Virgin Islands Financial Services Commission, took action to wind down the operations of Bank of Asia Limited. The decision was made under established legal and regulatory frameworks to protect depositors and ensure stability in the territory's banking sector. VIDIC CEO Mrs. Lisa Violet affirmed, and I quote, "Our focus is protecting depositors and maintaining financial system stability. We appreciate the cooperation of Bank of Asia's local staff and management and will provide updates as warranted." FSC Managing Director and CEO Mr. Kenneth Baker emphasized that the BVI's banking sector remains stable, strong, and resilient, adding that the action was necessary under the regulatory requirements. VIDIC, established in January of 2024, ensures depositors in members' banks and works to maintain financial stability, especially in cases of institutional failure. The FSC, formed in 2001, is the territory's autonomous regulator for all financial services, including banking, insurance, fiduciary services, and company registration. AURI-ANA ELSHABBAZ is the new Junior Tourism Ambassador, ESHS winning for a third consecutive time. Now 7 students and 5 schools competed head-to-head for the title of the 2025 Junior Ambassador of Tourism on Wednesday of this week. In the end, AURI-ANA ELSHABBAZ of the Elmore Stout High School came out top. This is the third consecutive time that the Elmore Stout High School has won the competition. AURI-ANA gave a compelling argument on how BVI can diversify its tourism product.
The BVI is a beautiful island destination filled with white entrancing beaches and clear waters. But we have the potential to offer so much more to those who seek to visit. To diversify our tourism experience, we must leverage the many historical sites throughout the BVI and reinvigorate them by incorporating elements of living history. Our first initiative imagines a resurrected craft alive, where tourists will be immersed in our culture. Envision booths painted with colorful murals that illustrate our shared history, and the implementation of makers' windows and booths to display traditional practices such as cane juicing, rag weaving, bread making, and jewelry making, with the accompaniment of live performances by our heritage dancers and fungi bands. This initiative will not only leave tourists entranced by our culture, but provide the BVI with a new revenue stream through the sale of products made by our skilled artisans.
The second place winner was also a student of the Elmore Stout High School, Roman Nibs, who was the lone male, and observers says he gave an exceptional performance that will not be forgotten. Now across the waters to the sister islands of Virgin Gorda, Leah Samuels of the Sydney Center of Excellence led her school to secure the third place victory with another compelling performance. The competition was organized by the BVI Tourist Board and Film Commission. During a recent interview with 284 Media, this year's Mr. and Miss HLSCC pageant contestants revealed ambitious plans to create transformative campus clubs. Dakari Adams, a small business and entrepreneur student, proposes an interview preparation club aimed at equipping students with essential communication skills.
I think I'd create probably an interview prep club or somewhat like a public speaking initiative to help students because that's pretty much how every career starts, with an interview with either a boss or a supervisor. So I think an interview class or kind of prep session would kind of help with that.
Meanwhile, Shamai Peters, a culinary arts student, advocates for a youth empowerment club, emphasizing the importance of nurturing young talent.
It would be youth empowerment. That would be the title of the club. I picked that club because I believe that we should shape our youths. We should always encourage our youths, as I'm for the young people. So I believe we should always include our youths in everything that we do. Because our youths, our youth is for the future.
On the Miss HLSCC contestant side, Kimia Chung plans to launch a Mind Matter club focusing on peer mental health support. As a human services major aspiring to become a child psychologist, Chung wants to create a safe space where students can discuss their experiences and learn coping strategies.
I would love to open a Mind Matter club. It basically is for peer help, so students can talk to each other about what they're going through, different experiences, feel as though they're one, a sense of unity, and also have something to fall back on in case they need help. And I would also like it to bring a bit of mental health education, so different coping skills and things they can learn on how to help with it.
Shakira Hendrickson aims to establish an entrepreneurship club to inspire students to consider self-employment and business ownership, reflecting her own entrepreneurial spirit and journey with her Virgin Islands theme phone case brand.
If I were to start a club or organization on campus, it would be centered around entrepreneurship.
Okay.
Because I would like students to I would like to get them involved in making their own businesses as opposed to working a regular 9-to-5, or I would like them to work for themselves or inspire them to consider working for themselves.
The Mr. and Miss HLSCC pageant will take place on June 1st at the Eileen L. Parsons Auditorium. Up next, praises for the BVIFA's focus on local football development, and Grant brings 20+ years of experience as the Deputy Superintendent of Prison. We have the details of this coming right up.
Orange alert! Orange alert! Fire is spreading across the BVI! The fastest, most reliable, and affordable fiber internet service is here for you! Look out for fire in these new locations: Slaney, Duff Bottom, Manual Reef, Seacows Bay, Albion, Hannah's, Palestina, Pleasant Valley, and Havers. Fiber is in your area. Call 444-4444 or visit a CCT store to find out more and bring it home. More locations coming soon.
Life is unpredictable, and when a storm is coming, having a plan can make all the difference.
We need a plan in case of a hurricane. Everyone, let's work together on this.
This is where we go in case if we need to evacuate.
This is safe away from flood zones.
I will use this room as our secure space if we have to stay home.
Don't forget to save our local contacts and also our off-island contacts.
Right. And we need to have a plan for our pets too. They can't go to shelters, so we need a safe place for them.
In case we get separated, we should have a meeting spot. How about the community center?
That's good. And we can leave a note there too.
I feel safe knowing we have a plan.
With a plan, you're not just preparing for the worst, you're taking control of the situation. A message from the Department of Disaster Management and 284 Media.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you all so much for sticking with us. Come Sunday, June 1st, Upper Main Street, which spans from the foot of Joe's Hill by the cemetery to the E.A. Creaky store, will become a two-way street. Minister for Communications and Works, the Honorable Kai M. RYMER, has told motorists and pedestrians that once the change takes effect, parking will no longer be permitted on Upper Main Street. In giving a reason for this change, Minister RYMER stated that it is to have an outlet to get persons in and out of town more effectively and efficiently.
When we did the traffic turnaround, it was done so that traffic would flow a bit more efficiently in Rural Town. I know you travel and you see traffic go in one direction once you're in the city, and we took that model. It was something that was sitting for quite some time because we thought it would work, and I think it works well in terms of getting the traffic out of town. But we've seen where there's a bottleneck, and we are working to get that traffic out of town. And it also would aid with the emergency services as well, because there are times when the traffic is backed up there, ambulance is trying to get through, and so we need a different outlet, and hence we are going to turn the traffic two-way in that short area.
The stores which operate in that area have expressed concerns about access to their establishments for customers. However, Minister RYMER spoke about the shuttle service, which would be in place.
We'll encourage persons to park at the festival grounds or park along the route wherever they can, but the shuttle service would be making that loop and taking persons to their jobs, do their shopping, and wherever else in that area. So on June 1st, we'll be working in tandem with the police. We'll have the signs erected, and we'll, see the traffic turnaround at that time on June 1st.
Okay.
So I just want the public to know that, this is basically to get the traffic out, emergency situation, and get that flow, and ease the traffic in the city at that time. And what the public should understand as well is, in 2020 we had 17,000 plus vehicles licensed. In 2024, at the end of 2024, we are short of 20,000.
Right.
So it shows that there's a huge growth in terms of the number of licensed vehicles within the territory.
During a recent press conference, CONCACAF President Victor Motalangi commended the British Virgin Islands Football Association for its commitment to football development, highlighting the territory's holistic approach to nurturing the sport.
It's indeed an honor to be here. We have had a great visit, starting yesterday when we came, and I have to say that your hospitality, and I don't mean just the hospitality of eating and drinking water, by the way. But just the way you, from the moment we walked through the airport, just the actual energy that you sort of accepted all of us here. I know it's an official visit. I know that I have a title of CONCACAF president, but for me, you made me feel like I was coming home to a family.
This statement set the tone for the visit, emphasizing the warmth and hospitality extended by the BVI community.
You can have the best hardware in the world, but if your software doesn't work, you might as well shut down your computer. It's the software you're working. You have a full-time men's head coach. You have a full-time technical director. You have a full-time, from a women's development standpoint. That is that is something that is a watershed moment for me in the Caribbean. Many, many Caribbean members need to take your lead in terms of understanding that part-time doesn't equal success in football, and that you need to take a leadership role, and you've taken that leadership role, and I know it will pay dividends, not only in the quality of people that you've hired, but also just in ensuring that you are investing in the software of your programs, that you are investing in what football is all about, which is players, first and foremost, and obviously those that support players, which is coaches. And so again, I thank you for that vision. I know it will succeed. As we've talked, as we met 15 years ago, and I do remember that moment on the bus in Budapest. And I'm very happy to see that my friend now is leading this federation, this association. And as you know, and I don't even have to say this to you, but I will, that you have the unequivocal and unconditional support of me personally and of CONCACAF, and not only obviously in the present, but in the future as well. So again, thank you.
Montaglani praised the BVI's FA's focus on both infrastructure and development of players and coaches, noting the importance of a balanced approach to football advancement. He also commended BVI FA President Avenel Morton for his tremendous work and assured him of his full support and that of CONCACAF.
What the BVI has done is had those positions, right, live on the island, work on the island, day to day, break bread with people, hear their stories, hear what the challenges are. Unfortunately, a lot of our, too many members, right, what they do with those positions is they have them part-time, they have them live, they live in their own countries, they come in maybe on a FIFA window, or come in when there's a meeting. And by the way, we're not just talking about the Caribbean. There's big countries that do that, okay? And I think that is a failure to do that. I think you need to take the bull by the horns and say, listen, you want to be the head coach? You want to be the technical director? You want to be the director of women's football? Great. You got to be here every day with my people, with our people, because that's what's going to change the direction of your federation, the direction of your community, the direction of the game. And so that the BVI has done that through the president's leadership with his team, I think that's a great step. And I think it's a lesson to a lot of other federations in not only the Caribbean, but also in CONCACAF and even globally.
In a gesture of appreciation, the BVI FA presented President Montaglani with a cultural token symbolizing the territory's gratitude and the strengthening partnership between the BVI and CONCACAF.
On behalf of the British Virgin Islands, its members, the association, and the entire family, the first Vice President along with the Director will present you a gift, a token from the British Virgin Islands. I hope that takes you a long way. It's one of the best. So when you go back to Canada, England, wherever you go to, you will always see the BVI, all the islands, everything. So that will be in the back of your mind and in front of you. So I hope you and your family and everybody enjoy it.
Thank you very much. Good. Thank you. Gorgeous. Thank you very much.
Highlighting the BVI FA's commitment to having full-time, locally based football staff, Montaglani emphasized this model as exemplary for other nations aiming to develop their football programs effectively. The visit underscored the BVI FA's ongoing efforts to elevate football within the territory, with plans for further development and collaboration with regional and international football bodies. Mr. Raymond B. Grant has been appointed as the new Deputy Superintendent of Prison at His Majesty's Prison. He brings extensive experience from the Jamaican Defense Force and His Majesty's Prison in the Turks and Caicos Islands. During his 20-year career with the Jamaican Defense Force, Mr. Grant rose to Warrant Officer, Class 2, Sergeant Major, overseeing the welfare of soldiers and training thousands of recruits. Most recently, he served as Deputy Superintendent in the Turks and Caicos, ensuring inmate welfare, prison security, and adherence to international standards. Permanent Secretary, Ms. Tasha Bertie, praised Mr. Grant's professionalism, and dedication to the correctional system, noting his role in advancing rehabilitation and maintaining a secure prison environment. She expressed confidence in his ability to enhance prison operations and support inmates' reintegration. Mr. Grant holds an Associate of Science in Human Resource Management from Penn Foster College, a diploma in leadership from the Puerto Rico Army Military Academy, and a certificate in supervisory management from the University of the West Indies. He is also a restorative justice practitioner. Up next, Old Time Talk Cultural Dialect and Slang Mingle for Seniors Month, as well as program aims to enhance quality home care completed. We have the details of this coming right up.
My name is Henry Bosch. I work for PPG. I'm here to explain to you the use of the Deltron NXT paint line and enviro-based high performance, one being solvent-borne and the next being waterborne. The difference is that one is totally manufactured with rosins and thinners and all the good stuff that solvents bring versus our new technology, which is waterborne, which is 100% latex. What we're gonna do is that we reduce the solvent-borne with a DT885, which is a mid-temp reducer, and the waterborne uses T494, which is a waterborne reducer. We will today be using either DCU 2042, which is a speed clear, or we will be using DCU 2021, which is a classic. We have here our equipment. We have 8-ounce measuring cups, and we also have our 32-ounce mixing cup. We will also have with us our Venturi. This is a blower for us to dry the waterborne paint, which speeds up the process. The good thing about waterborne paint is that as soon as it evaporates, you're good to go. So now Gilligan will dilute the waterborne paint with the waterborne reducer. We made 8 ounces, that would be 1.6 ounce. It always has to be properly mixed until we get an even mixture within the paint mixing cup. So when we spray, we don't see uneven coats of color. So right now we're filling our paint gun with 8 ounces of diluted paint. We're gonna see how far 8 ounces will take us. Waterborne paint seems to look blotchy on your first coat. Don't pay no mind to that. Don't try to achieve full coverage on your first spray. Excellent. Let it dry. So the process in waterborne is 2 even coats, and then we have what we call a dust coat. Well, now we're gonna have Mr. Brown apply the first coat of clear on his waterborne panel. We'll let it flash off, and then he'll come back and coat it with his second coat to finish it off. As you have seen in the previous shots, we had a little blotchiness, and you'll see some patches. That's all due on purpose to sandpaper to prove that with enviro-based high performance, all technicians, the body work has to end at 800 grit or plus. Well, enviro-based is like we're trying to shift everyone into that slowly but surely. The entire west coast of the United States and all of Canada has already been on waterborne for the past 10 years. And now soon it'll be the eastern seaboard, which covers the Caribbean. So when that happens, we'll all be affected. So it's best to start now, start trying and applying waterborne, because eventually everyone will be on it. And referring to technicians, it's less harmful because it doesn't have all the toxic chemicals that solvent-borne paints do.
Welcome back, everyone, and thank you all for sticking with us. The United States Virgin Islands and the British Virgin Islands national lacrosse teams proudly represented the Caribbean at the 2025 Heritage Cup, which took place from the 23rd to the 26th May in Weston, Massachusetts. The international tournament coincided with the NCAA Final Four weekend and welcomed heritage teams from around the globe, offering athletes the opportunity to celebrate their cultural roots through the sport of lacrosse. The USVI team delivered a spirited performance throughout the competition, showcasing their growing expertise and dedication to the sport. Players demonstrated strong technical skills and cohesive gameplay, reflecting the territory's investment in expanding its lacrosse program. Their efforts underline the USVI's rising presence on the international stage and its commitment to athletic development. Meanwhile, the BVI team made a notable impression, holding their own against more experienced squads. Their participation highlighted the strides the Virgin Islands have made in the sport and development, as well as youth engagement. Competing in the Heritage Cup offered invaluable exposure and experience for athletes, many of whom were representing the territory at this level for the very first time. The Roots to Resilience Together We Thrive program was successfully launched, a new program, Old Time Talk, Cultural Dialect, and Slang Mingle, celebrating the heritage of the British Virgin Islands as part of Seniors Month 2025. This event was held on May 14, 2025, and the event brought together seniors and Gen Alpha youth for lively discussions and interactive activities highlighting both old-time dialects and modern slang. Honorable Lorna Smith, OBE, lead on the project, noted that the event fosters generational bonds through language and storytelling. Minister Wheatley, the Honorable Vincent O. Wheatley, and Program Coordinator Mrs. Brenda Letson-Tai praised the event for its role in preserving cultural identity. Special presentations including insights from Mr. Cream Nelson Hull, author of Bohog, Put in Gold Teeth, and the Virgin Islands Dictionary, who also hosted games that revealed the shared meanings behind the different words across various generations. The event was proudly sponsored and hosted by Nanny Key, with food, entertainment, and prizes like dinner for two at Peg Leg and 2-night hotel stay. Nanny Key staff even joined in the fun and cultural attire. Now, this celebration truly connected our past and present through language, said Coordinator Mrs. Brenda Letson-Tai. The Ministry of Health and Social Development celebrated the graduation of some 19 care professionals from the first BVI Care Certificate Program, marking a very significant milestone in advancing quality care across the territory. The graduates, comprising 14 females and 5 males, came from diverse care settings, such as the BVI Health Services Authority, 8 participants from the Adina Donovan Home for the elderly, 4 from the Rainbow Children's Home, and 2 from the Virgin Gorder Home for the elderly, as well as 2 from the Social Development Department, Home and Care Program, and 3, the Ministry of Health and Social Development. Now, the Minister for Health and Social Development, the Honorable Vincent Wheatley, congratulated the graduates on their achievements. Chief Nursing Officer and Program Coordinator, Ms. Jacinth Hannibal, praised the graduates as pioneers, stating, and I quote, "Care is not just a task, it is a calling, and your journey has only just begun." Graduates brought a range of experience from under 5 years to over 30 years, enriching the 6-week program with real-world insights. The course included weekly sessions, self-learning, as well as practical assessments, ensuring graduates met the standards adopted from the UK Care Certificate. Ms. Hannibal urged the graduates to uphold the high standards they've set and to mentor others within the field. The ministry says they look forward to strengthening the care workforce, with the care certificate expected to become the baseline requirement for non-regulated health and care staff within the territory. Graduates will receive a care certificate badge and a certificate authenticated by the Health Ministry. The Ministry of Health and Social Development will host a virtual pain management workshop on June 12th at 7 p.m., aiming to help healthcare professionals and those living with chronic pain improve their quality of life. Mrs. Gracia Wheatley Smith, Chief of Drugs and Pharmaceutical Services, highlighted that chronic pain from arthritis, back or knee issues, and other conditions affects many people. She said, and I quote, "If we could master pain and stop letting it master us, we'd see improved physical activity and a more positive outlook on life." The workshop will be led by anesthesiologist Dr. Stephanie G. Vantool, a renowned pain treatment clinician. Participants will analyze case studies using the script, steps, and learn effective pain assessment as well as diagnosis techniques. Health professionals and those living with chronic pain are encouraged to join. Registration is just $10 and can be done by emailing grwheatley-smith@gov.vg or calling 468-9850 by June 10th at 4:30 p.m. And that is it for today's news roundup. Be sure to follow us for your daily news updates at Tweet4Media and Tweet4BVI on Instagram and X, formerly Twitter. I'm Ron Grant. Do have a safe and enjoyable evening as well as a weekend. Happy Friday. Goodbye.